Hello, welcome back to Monster Prom with me, Cupcake, Quinn, whatever you want to call me. It's all good. We're here. We're going to play some game. We're going to try to talk some mad game and get some hot monster people to like us. Had a bad run last time. We failed to woo Polly. It was disappointing. I'm going to skip that. All right. Be a visionary. What will be the next big social media craze be? What will be the next big social media craze be? Yeah, that's how it's said. Greek agoras. Bullshit. Arbert. Let's go Arbert. I like it. It's the way I always go. If you could put a curse on your worst enemy, what would it do? I'd curse them to fall in love with a wonderful person and be happily married for years before they realized that all this time their partner was a wild panther in disguise. Then the panther viciously devours my enemy. Classic. The curse of always meeting obnoxious people at parties who are super into new fad diets that feel the need to explain them in detail. You can't rely on the effectiveness of a curse. I prefer to take care of my enemies the old-fashioned way, by exposing them to unsafe doses of radiation over the course of several years. The Panther is pretty classic. The curse of meeting obnoxious people is honestly that's a horrible thing to wish upon somebody. Like, it's so bad I don't even know. I don't know. I'm gonna go with that one. I think it's the meanest. If you were an ice cream, which flavor would you be? Rainbows and gummy bears? Tequila and Coke? Spicy chocolate? No, chocolate on fire. Meat. Success. Double creme de la Gruyere and meringues. I don't know. This is a tough question. If I was an ice cream flavor, what would I be? Definitely not success, so we don't have to worry about that. I'm queer as hell, so I'm kind of leaning towards rainbows and gummy bears. Uh, Tempted to go back vegetarian, so meat's not really back on the menu, boys. Uh, I don't know what that is. Some hipster bullshit, so it's probably for the vampire. Um, it's kind of between spicy chocolate and rainbows and gummy bears. Tequila and Coke. Nah. I'm gonna go rainbows and gummy bears. It's not gonna help us woo Polly, but we've had a lot of charm answers. Our charm is through the roof. And obviously, we're playing blue. Where do I want to go? We haven't done very much class. Let's go to class. That day, you listen to your elders and learn valuable lessons. Sometimes, after all the monster nonsense and dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity of this high school. You gain +2 smarts. Scott and Miranda seem to be arguing about something. Your sweet mediation skills are needed. No, I know our football team is called the Spooky High Monsters. The Spooky High Spooky Monsters Who Spook, but who also play sports. But who's our mascot?
Our mascot? Dang, you're right. We don't have one.
Ooh, what about Misha the Mermaid? Mermaids are monsters.
No way. Too girly. Try this. Wally the werewolf.
Why is it got to be a werewolf? We're the monsters, not the werewolves.
Yeah, well, we're not the mermaids either.
Maybe the problem is the team name is trying to cover a huge diverse group of people with a single label.
No, Coach is never wrong. We're just not thinking hard enough. Think. Hey, you! You look like a hard thinker. What mascot should we use for our team?
Easy. We'll just genetically engineer a cross between every kind of monster at the school. Head of a werewolf, tail of a mermaid, hair of Medusa, angst of a vampire. We'll call it Abe the Abomination. That's kind of creepy and weird. We'll just find a regular human, dress him up in a business suit, and make him the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Corporate greed. That's the real monster. Well, if you know anything about me, there is no doubt about which answer I'm picking here. So we're just gonna... You thought I was gonna do the other one. I fooled you.
But if corporate greed is the real monster, then what are we then? Aren't we real monsters? Are we regular people? Fake vegetables?
Fake vegetables?
Fake monsters? Vegetables? Fictional characters in a video game made for people to amuse themselves by trying to romance us?
This game is so meta.
My thinking muscle is hurting.
I think you just broke Scott. Congratulations. Breaking Scott is definitely not cool. This is why we can't have nice things. You lose 2 fun and 1 smarts. Whatever. So there's the coven here. I haven't decided who we want to romance yet. We've already messed up with her, but we did choose an answer to make Scott like us. I suppose we could go for Scott. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Scott. As you approach Scott and Miranda's table, you see that the entire table is covered in exotic silverware.
Ew, what's this one for?
That's the forking spoon. It's a spoon for picking up your forks, so you don't have to touch them with your fingers.
And that one?
That's the tuning fork. It's for making sure all your other silverware is tuned to A minor, as is proper.
What about this one?
That's the dairy knife. It's for milk.
Wow! Do people ever invent new silverwares?
All the time, but none of them are any good. It would take a genius of true subtlety to improve on existing canon. A genius of true subtlety? Genius and subtlety are your middle fucking names. You suggest the ultimate new silverware. A salad harp. Hands. Hands does not make sense. I'm gonna go salad harp. A harp? For salad? Why has no one thought of this before?
Because it's hard to eat salad with a harp?
Cretin, who said anything about eating?
Isn't that what silverware is for?
You know what? I'm with Scott on this one, isn't it? Perish the thought. The true purpose of silverware is to give your hands something to do while you elegantly avoid food. And nothing is more elegant than playing a subtle lament on a harp while your serfs eat your salad for you. My serfs will finish my lunch for me. I'm off to have a harp commissioned. Miranda takes you harp shopping with her. It's a real bonding experience. Afterwards, you both ignore a salad together at a fancy restaurant. Miranda likes us. Alright, let's see here. Let's go to the gym. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team's spirit, leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural-born leader. You gain +2 charm. After that, you decide to look for a spot outside the school where to get some good sunbathing, of course. But you fail to focus on your sunbathing since you see Scott and Miranda deep in conversation.
It's a sports game thing, Miranda. I think I'm a good boy, but there's something that just gets me growling when I see that opposing team.
Oh, Scott, believe me, I understand better than you think. It's exactly how I feel about those horrendous air people.
Air people?
Yes, Scott. Obviously the air people. I know I've told you about them before. They're the sworn enemy of the mer people, and they must be destroyed if they must all be destroyed if they refuse to accept our superiority.
Oh, wow. All of them? That sounds really hard.
It will be. They're a horrible, ruthless nation of feathery socialists who refuse to bend a knee no matter how many times my father invades. They don't like guacamole, Scott. They eat the crusts of their peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. They wear socks with sandals.
Socks? With sandals?
And fanny packs.
Oh man, that's a pretty scary enemy, Miranda. What are the mer people going to do about it?
That's a great question, Scott. We've tried reasoning with them before through bombs, chemical warfare, and torture, but they're entirely unreceptive. It's really weird that wouldn't sway the air people, but maybe you can step in and help. Scott and Miranda probably have different takes on what the best strategy would be, so think hard about what you pitch. Reach a truce. Use your great cheerleading skills to put an end to this feud. Wipe them out. Make the Air Kingdom the Mer Kingdom by flooding the entire sky. Yes. Why, yes, of course. That's a brilliant idea, Blue. It's almost as if you know the old adage from my kingdom. If you can't bring your enemy underwater to drown them in the Mer Kingdom, bring the Mer Kingdom to their kingdom and drown them there.
Ooh, that's a good adage, Miranda. Also, what's an adage?
No time to explain, Scott. Let's start Operation Flood the Entire Sky. Here, take a bucket full of water. Glory to the Mer people!
Hooray!
They both start throwing water into the sky, which naturally falls back onto them. Oh no, we didn't think this through, Scott. I think it's obvious what is happening. Is it?
Oh, excuse me. Is it?
Yes, the air people have built a powerful magical barrier that repels water attacks. Excuse me.
Ah, now I see. It's true. Every time we throw water at the sky, it seems repelled back to us.
Are they talking about gravity? Those treacherous air people.
Yeah, that.
They both start shaking threatening fists at the sky, with little to no effect. But Scott, how did they know to prevent our strategy? Unless someone is feeding them information about our tactics. They look at you suspiciously. Before you can do anything about it, they're trying to rip off your face, convinced it's a mask concealing your true feathery visage. They eventually stop because your face isn't a mask, though you knew that already, but their suspicions don't go away, and neither does the pain in your face. You lose -1 charm and -2 smarts. Smarts are unnecessary. Alright. I'm gonna charm. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Many people fall during the battle. You can't take any more, so you valiantly go straight up to the other team's leader and start negotiations for a truce. After hours of intense diplomacy, you commit to an agreement. What an unexpected twist. You gain +10 righteousness, but this is a game, but this game is so wrong in so many ways that you would be lucky if you could do anything with that, and +2 charm. Without meaning to, you find yourself in conversation with Polly and Miranda, comparing the apps on your phones. Oh, Mary, what you got? What you got? Well, I have this game Misunderstanding of mobs. I'm not entirely sure how to play, but I keep winning, so that's nice. I've also got Scepter, which is like Uber, but for serfs instead of cars. And Spooner, which is like Grinder, but for silverware. You know, I like my apps elegant and majestic. That's pretty cool. But do you have rap chat? It turns all your messages into raps, but you can only see them for 8 seconds. Wow. What about you, Blue? What fun apps do you have? Yeah. Yeah. Impress us with something rad. Tiger, an app that can make tigers appear anywhere. There's nothing as majestic as a tiger. Not much. Just this one app I made that turns my phone into a rad car. Well, if I say that, it's going to be really bad. I'm going to say tiger. So my theory was they were going to ask me to do it, and that would be unfortunate because I can't turn my phone into a car. Oh my head is swimming with the myriad of uses for such an app. Our royal zoo has been tigerless ever since all the tigers drowned in their underwater cages, which was immediately. We've been looking for a way to replenish our supply ever since. And you know what they say. It's not a real party until there are tigers literally everywhere. Is that so? How many real parties have you been to, Polly? None. Yet. Miranda purchases the app and a bunch of raw meat while ordering new cages for her family zoo. Polly asks if she can borrow a tiger or two for her next party. What could go wrong? You gain +2 fun and +1 charm. Let's see. Miranda. As usual, Miranda sits before her immaculate array of carefully arranged silverware. Damien Oh, I didn't even notice Damien was at the table. This is gonna hurt. Damien, predictably, is examining her biggest knife.
So this is the one for killing people, right?
What? Good heavens, no. This is the butter dagger. It would be unseemly to use it on meat.
So what then?
Excuse me, had to adjust my camera.
So what then? Am I supposed to use this scrawny-looking knife to kill a dude?
No. If you simply must kill someone mid-meal, it is customary to use the fish knife. This is Merfolk court silverware, after all.
That tiny thing? I might as well wait for my victim to die of old age.
That is usually how it's done in my kingdom, yes. That or poison.
This is ridiculous! You there! Which knife would you use to kill a guy? And don't say the fish knife.
The fish knife. A spoon. What? You need blades to kill people? No, I'm going to go with the fish knife. I think we're on a streak with Miranda, and I'm going to try and see if we can get her taken care of.
I said not to, but you said... I'll show you which knife is used for murder!
Damien picks up the big scary knife he wanted to use in the first place and lunges at you. You pick up the fish knife. Yes, defend my honor. Make sure to hold the knife with your pinky extended.
What? How did you disarm me? I'm normally the best at stabbing. Fuck me! I guess the fish knife really is the best for murder after all, hmm?
One must never doubt a princess in matters of silverware, my dear. Miranda is so impressed with your prowess in combat and silverware, she awards you her napkin as a token. Beautiful. We're going to have cold, floppy sex with that fish. Let's do charm again. I'm just going to kind of pound charm. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Amidst the battle, you spot a fellow player that seems utterly discouraged. She thinks she's not worth anything at dodgeball, and she attempts to throw a ball at herself. You explain to her the many ways you think she's unique and wonderful, while also defending the many pleasures in life. With your help, she's capable of finding reasons to keep playing, and gains a sense of self-worth. You gain +1 BFF. Sadly, she's not a part of this game, so that beautiful friendship will take place off-screen. And +2 charm. You're fucking around on your cell phone when you see a couple of your classmates fucking around on their cell phones too, but louder and with more aggravation.
Paulina, this is an institution of learning. I am finding it increasingly difficult to concentrate with you making tigers appear everywhere constantly. They'll soon overrun the school.
Oh, that's cool. I had an effect.
I find it simply abhorrent that the amount of money you are funneling into Tiger when an app advertises itself as free, but then gets you addicted and causes you to end up paying more and more money. 99 monies at a time. That's just awesome. Exploitative of the weak-willed.
And I love exploiting the weak-willed. But I prefer it when you do it with me. What's so special about Tiger, anyway, that you're blowing all of your money on it rather than investing in our schemes? Where to even begin? The premium features are dope. You can design the stripes on your tiger, pick custom colors, pick whisker size and strength, and you can find out whether or not a tiger has super liked your profile and what pictures it's favorited. Don't get me wrong, it's not that I necessarily want to date a literal actual tiger. I just want to know if the literal actual tigers want to date me. As they should. You must realize how insane that sounds. I mean, hearing it out loud did sound pretty whack, I guess. Plus, if the tigers get hungry and start eating people, honestly, it's shocking they haven't done that already. We won't have anyone to rip off. Right, because the tigers will be ripping off their arms and legs. Good point. I'll just delete the app and get rid of the tigers. There, deleted.
And yet there, tigers, here, tigers, everywhere, tigers.
Huh. I wonder why that didn't work.
Maybe it's because of getting rid of downloadable content on a phone in no way destroys living flesh and blood beings in the real world. But you know what might actually work. For every tiger in the school, release 3 anteaters, the natural enemy of tigers, as everyone knows. Have Coach talk to them. He's a tiger, right? Or like a tiger-adjacent something. I do love anteaters. Coach or the anteaters? Oh, I picked Coach. I completely guessed. As you could see, I closed my eyes and was moving the mouse rapidly. I did not know what to say. An excellent idea. Although there are many areas in which I will not trust the opinion of a mere athlete. Communication with their own is one to which even I must happily defer. Yeah, what he said. Coach? Coach! Oh, we need to come up with a
with a thing for Coach.
You rang my eager-eyed educatees.
Yeah, someone, and we have no idea who, just someone, made a whole fuck ton.
Language, Paulina.
Sorry, Coach. She means there is an abundance of tigers roaming around the school.
Tigers? Here? Why, how did you know that I was looking to recruit for my all-new Tiger Synchronized skating team?
We didn't expect you to be so grateful. All we really wanted was the satisfaction of a job well done, and also 10% revenue on all memorabilia merchandising once the season kicks off.
That sounds more than fair. Let's go tell these tigers about the joys of synchronized skating.
You follow Coach around the school as he approaches each and every tiger to recruit them one by one.
Some people say that forming a synchronized skating team with literal actual tigers is more work than it's worth, because you're automatically doubling the amount of limbs that need to be in sync. But I say those people are weak and have never tried teaching tigers how to synchronize skate. Neither have I, but I think I'm more than up to the challenge. Plus, think of all the joys that come with ice skating. Bunions, freezing toes, split toenails, hip and knee problems, all of those can be yours for free. Well, not for free, because you have to buy the equipment and pay to spend time on the ice and all that, but you could win trophies!
Whoa, did all the tigers sign up? I had no idea that tigers cared so deeply for trophies. Then you must not pay much attention to Coach. Obviously. Good thing Blue does, or at least enough to know that Coach is a tiger. I'm lucky. I'm just going to call that one as I see it. Well, come to think of it. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, well, come to think of that, it's not really that much. But it got the job done, and now everyone is happy. You gain +2 fun and +1 boldness. Our fun's coming up on the outside, baby. All right, we're going to slam that charm. 27 minutes in. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. The match is so intense that both teams are so into it that you decide to raise the stakes by betting part of your charm against the other team leader's charm. That commitment amazes your whole team, and their spirit is fueled by their determination. Finally, you win and take +2 charm from the other team's leader. She's now a bit less fabulous. Woe is me. Could Miranda possibly be doing this because she wants attention? Only one way to find out. Oh, hello, didn't see you there. I was standing here, suffering gallantly in silence. She did, and she wasn't, but okay. I had the most tragic injustice before me earlier this morning. I was rejected from our school's water polo team. They claimed I was mistaken about how polo is conducted underwater. Excuse me, I was raised underwater. How is one even supposed to play water polo without a heavily armored seahorse as a mount? I ask you. Perhaps I offended them when I implied they were too impoverished to avoid sea steeds. If so, why, I would love to make reparations. But it may be too soon for me to show my face. Would you be so kind as to take them the gift of this omelette to begin the healing? I'm told that peasants consider eggs to be a delicacy. Obviously, and what would make the gesture even better is the personal touch of toppings, caviar, eel, chocolate-covered sand crabs. They'll never forget about this present from a mer princess. An elegant stenciled card with your sincerest apologies, a list of all their fears, and a bundle of compromising photographs, yes. Oh, yes. How better to show that I am truly making an effort to get to know them on the most personal of levels? Shall I do their names in beautiful calligraphy? Print their fears and I shall do their names in beautiful calligraphy. Print their fears in gold leaf. And I shall adorn their compromising nudes with adorable glitter stickers. I may have been misunderstood before, but how could anyone misinterpret this kind gesture? Take the omelet and make sure to take lots of pictures of them eating the eggs, so that we can all remember how generous I was. With a kiss on the cheek,
3 exclamation points!
Miranda hands you the omelet and waves you on your way. You gain +2 smarts and +1 charm. Alright. We're getting somewhere with Miranda. I think we ought to keep it up. I certainly hope we could keep it up. Alright, I'm trying to comprehend your request. What is there to comprehend? It's really simple, Miranda. Take my cell phone, snap a pic of me face planting in my food with my eyes closed and my tongue out. But wherefore? Right here, Miranda. You're about to point out that wherefore means why, but luckily Polly elaborates on her own so you don't have to look like a fucking know-it-all. It's a new meme, Miranda. Like planking or dabbing. It's called food poisoning, and it's dope AF. You don't have cool trends, or don't you have cool trends in your kingdom? I suppose we do. Oh, we have a fun trend called Reveal Your Rulers. It's where you show nothing but the utmost devotion for the royal family. If you're good at it, you get a lot of likes on social media, and also not executed. Do you ever listen to yourself when you speak? I bet you know some pretty cool I bet you know some pretty cool trends, don't you, Blue? Some of these scratchy voices are messing with my throat. Heck yeah, you do. Don't you? I sure do. It's entitled Silverware Wear. It's where you take your most expensive cutlery and dress it in fancy tiny outfits. Yeah, it's called dying. Well, as much as I want to love on Polly, we're apparently going for Miranda. Really? How have I not heard of this trend before? Beautiful silverware and fancy dresses are my 2 biggest passions. This trend sounds like it was invented for me. It may have been by you on the spot. There's no need to go into that. What's your favorite meme? Spiked salad forks and velvet evening gowns, seahorse steak knives and frilly skirts, teaspoons in tea dresses. This trend is no words. Yes, the glory of this spectacular combination would leave me speechless as well, were I not so excited to create more memes with Blue. We'll have to meet up soon. Bring all of your most exquisite chopsticks. I shall bring doll clothes in which to dress them. Yeah, totally. Hanging out with Miranda sounds amazing. Guess it's time to go out and try to find some exquisite chopsticks. Week 3, evening. This will be our last event for the video. Are you ready, my friends? We're going to the gym. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. But the match isn't as important as the human interactions within it. You're at your peak when you decide to go for the overkill and wink at one of your teammates. He's totally mesmerized. It's the most epic wink ever. Damn, you know how to win over people's hearts. You gain +2 charm. Miranda, oblivious to everything that's happened, approaches you, weeping. Oh no. Have you seen the news? The most dreadful thing has happened. The Lemurian monarchy has been overthrown. King Kraken no longer sits upon the throne of gold and baby skulls. Those filthy revolutionaries are saying he stole their daughters and ate their sons. and forced everyone to work for free in the uranium mines. So he made a few shrewd financial decisions. That's no reason to depose him. If some innocent kidnapping and slave labor was enough to get peasants in an uproar, I shudder to think of my own kingdom. Do you think my people might resent being forced to hold up the corner of the palace where the foundation is crumbling? Do you think the 100% income tax and the random cannonballs we fire into the villages might be taken as something other than expressions of goodwill? Could this plague of civil unrest infect my own domain? Oh, perish the thought! I am inconsolable. Console me! How might I safeguard my kingdom against the fate of good King Kraken? Duh, replace your subjects with mindless robots. I built an army of robots a few months ago, and I still have the plans. Give all your subjects belly rubs. Fishes love belly rubs. Fishes love belly rubs. No, they don't. Fish hate belly rubs. Which is what makes this the perfect plan. I'll have my royal henchmen spread through the kingdom, rubbing every belly in sight. A fish's belly houses its most delicate sensory organs. They'll be overcome with pain and terror, which will remind them of what unites them all, the ability to be murdered at any time by me. I would never have hit upon this idea without your clever advice. You truly are wise. What I'm saying is that whatever atrocities I now commit are your responsibility. Whatever. Fish piss you off anyway. You drown your guilt in whiskey and gain +2 boldness and +1 fun. Alright. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, I would appreciate it if you click the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment below telling me how I did. All those things cost you basically nothing except a few seconds of your time, and they make me feel good. So if you don't, you're kind of a jerk. Just kidding, but please do. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.